box. Why China sees Senegal as a Belt and Road springboard. They throw money at these third world countries and they set up their technical infrastructure. They have servers there. Are we getting closer to China, folks? I think we are. Let's go to the next slide here. Again, we haven't proven that, but we've got 3 weeks to get close to the mark, don't you think? My hands aren't shaking when I say that. Next slide, please. All right, we're at a crossroads, folks. Let's click on that family one more time. Every one of these drug traffickers thought they were going to get away with it. They were arrogant. They were smug. They were cocky. In fact, they would do counterintelligence operations on my team. In fact, we pulled over one of their drug mules, and we looked down at his floorboards, and he had some numbers that caught the attention of one of my agents. And so the agent said, "Hey, dispatch, run these numbers." And it came back to many of my law enforcement individuals. They were casing us as we were casing them. Just like what's happening in this facility, real time. What you all don't realize, but you got the control team report from Colonel Phil Waldron this morning. There's been a battle going on for the past 3 days. Not just outside there, not with just the snake media, but among us. And they were among us for years. We didn't know if we were going to get them. It took faith, it took perseverance, it took an attitude of, we're going to get them. Did we? Bob Chavez, we convicted him of racketeering first, the RICO statute, which is going to come into play, God willing, for the vote trafficking organization and all the underlying crimes that they've done. We also got a conviction for him for murder, fraud, laundering. He will never see the light of day again. Angela Cat, the one that said, "Wear your gloves, mijo. Torch the body. Put some mud on that license plate." She didn't pull the trigger. She didn't kill him. She encouraged it. And we turned her state's witness 4 years because she helped us shore up some gaps. She wasn't as culpable, still a nasty witch, but the punishment didn't fit the crime and we needed her. So my message to some of you out there that are in the vote trafficking world, it's not too late for you to get some lenience, because we're going to get you one way or the other.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
In the very back, that very tall guy, that's Joey Jr. That ugly, ugly man. I love calling these, I can't curse, but I love calling what they are. He's the one that said, "Pop, pop, pop." He was being groomed to do this. We've got a lot of county clerks that don't even know that they've been groomed to carry out the crime of vote trafficking. This kid was brainwashed. He's still facing life in prison. He was a minor. He looks like an adult. He was a teenager. Just a baby. But he is cooperating and hoping for lenience. We'll see what happens. Matthias Loza, Mighty Mouse in the middle, the hitman. We got him on racketeering. We got him on murder. We got him on another murder and another murder. We didn't stop till we got him. He'll never see the light of day. We don't have the death penalty in New Mexico. If this was Texas, they wouldn't be on this earth right now. Richard Valdez, he's gone. He's a corpse. The babies have grown up without a father. Joe Chavez, the other head, racketeering, murder, arson, fraud, you name it. He'll never see the light of day. Tracy Garrison, who showed remarkable courage, even though she was a part of the drug trafficking organization, She has cooperated with authorities, and she helped us do the right thing. She's with her family. She's gotten off of drugs. She's no longer an addict. She's a good woman who did the right thing. She saved her soul in the process. We need the folks out there that are complicit. Here's your time. But time's running out.
There's no time
And then,
for
of course,
complacency.
Priscilla's now a widow, no longer has a husband. So let's go ahead and close that. That's about justice. We don't need to open that up. So what I'm telling you folks is we're at a crossroads. We haven't won. We haven't gotten you your convictions against the vote trafficking organization and the election cartel, but we will. So let's hear from the real President of the United States. Let's hear from the real man.
Yeah.
We rekindle new faith in our values, new pride in our history, and a new spirit of unity that can only be realized through love for our great country. Because we understand that America is not a land cloaked in darkness. America is the torch that enlightens the entire world. And yet, despite all of our greatness as a nation, everything we have achieved is now in danger. This is the most important election in the history of our country. And when I'm reelected, the best is yet to come.
Do you believe it? Do you believe that the best is yet to come? A lot of you came here as skeptics. We need you to leave here as hardened prosecutors that won't take no for an answer. Be dogged. And if they start picking us off, so be it. There's a reason why most of us have lost our jobs, our employment, our money, have private security, bullets going through people's windows, Joe Altman protecting an informant because he's afraid that he's going to be murdered, people with association with Brian Kemp's office dying in mysterious car explosions that look a lot like thermite. Whatever it takes to protect the vote trafficking organization, whether it's to lie, steal, murder, I've seen it before. So what happened on November 3rd, and I've been accused of this, I'm like a 90-year-old trapped in a younger man's body. I'm like this all the time. No one wants to hang out with me. I go to church like, there's Dave, let's go this way. I didn't have a purpose, but November 3rd happened as a law professor with my cush job, and the world slowed down. And I said, I've seen this before, I just don't know where. I ran for office some time ago for the Senate. In that race, I was hacked. I saw fraud. I was defamed. They sued me for defamation and tied up my case for years in a court of law, much like what Mr. Lindell's going through. And I waited them out up until the eve of trial because I would not sign a non-disclosure agreement. It was never about the truth. They wanted to silence me. And they weren't. I represented myself. The only leverage they were going to have against me is if they buried me with legal fees. So I went along. I said, I'll see you at trial. Then I'm going to have you. You're strong with your money and your resources, but at some point this is going somewhere. And if it gets to a courtroom, you're mine. So we got there through that attitude, through that perseverance. We're going to get there the same way through this next image in Arizona. Full forensic audit. Full forensic audit. This is the reconstruction of the murder of your vote. And it's going to take place, come hell or high water, in all 50 states. You're going to get your cyber. You're going to get your routers. You're going to get your paper. You're going to get it all because you're going to demand it. You're going to take it because it's yours. Now let's go to the next reason. Why am I doing this? Next image, please. This is why. That's my daughter. You have kids? Are they worth it? My daughter, Eleanor, she's in a basket. She's cowering. She didn't know I was going to use this picture. It's a long time ago, but I think this summarizes exactly the fate of our children. That little basket there looks a lot like prison bars. And she's hiding. She's waiting for the adults to step up, pick them up, comfort them, give them hope, fight for their future, restore the rightful president. That's why I don't care if I get fired. That's why I don't care if I get killed. That's why I don't care about any of the snake news outlets out there that won't even cover this. We know who you are. That's why the cowards wearing the triple mask up there. That's why you can't intimidate us. I hope you quote me right there, buddy. Last slide here. Last slide. I have to give a shout out to an anonymous person out there that gave me these clips. He's just a patriot. Never met him before. All those videos that you saw was from this guy named Kaneko the Great. And he, I don't know, again, it's just a patriot network. He might be across the ocean with a name like that. And he provided. We can provide for one another. Let's go ahead and close that. We can provide for one another. We found each other. We felt alone on January 6th. We felt alone. And so I'll leave you with this. On November 3rd, I was hoping, pleading, that the rule of law would work. I'm a law professor. I need it to work. I give people legal advice. And I watched as coward judge after coward judge after coward judge after coward judge used legal standing as a shield to defend you off, to ensure that you didn't get your day in court, because they're part of the election cartel. They are. Make no mistake. I still hoped. I still prayed. I watched the Secretary of States. I watched the state legislatures. And by and large, full of cowards who punted. We can't do that. The courts will decide. Courts were cowards. The legislature has the power. Let them deal with it. Oh, the Secretary already certified. It's too late. Oh, now it's in front of Congress on January 6th. They can do something. And then we had our opportunity on January 6th. It was the last-ditch attempt for the rule of law to not fail the American people. Please look at our evidence. Please hear the people that put out their affidavits. Please look at the forensic reports. And then you had what I mentioned the other day, the timing. Arizona was the first state that submitted, that was up to submit their dueling elector. And then the Capitol was stormed. By who? FBI? Antifa? Agitators? None of those FBI informants are behind bars right now. But you had peaceful Americans that fought for their president, symbolically showed up to show their support for their president, and they are still rotting behind bars right now. So if you're wondering why there's a fervor, why I don't sleep, why Joe Altman doesn't sleep,
To all those people still
They're not
behind
sleeping
bars,
well.
stay people in
they get 1
society
hour of
talking.
sunshine a day. Don't forget
Stay
our
patriots.
political prisoners, targeted,
We got your
forgotten,
back.
discredited falsely by the snake news. So we're at a crossroads. We've landed on Normandy. Are we going to fight like hell?
Hell
Are we?
yeah.
Are we
Listen to
going to
that
restore
applause.
the rightful
Hell
president?
yeah.
Are we going to restore the down ballot candidates that were also robbed? We do, we will, because we serve an almighty God.
Amen.
The devil's cunning. The devil has his minions. The devil has his dominions. He's got his trolls, and they think they're clever. They think they're oh so clever. They think they're smart. But they're not smarter than God. They're not smarter with God who walks with us.
That's right.
God has walked before each of you. He has laid your steps. There's a reason why you're in this room today. And you are following him in obedience. Some of you more reluctantly than others. You don't defeat God Almighty. We win. God bless you all. Thank you. Full forensic audits in all 50 states? You're damn right.